Hello and welcome to my channel. This video is going to be trying out some Christmas crafts from 5 Minute Crafts. So I'm very excited to make some fun, easy Christmas crafts today. The first craft is making a kind of tree decoration out of a plastic spoon. Basically, you wrap red yarn around a spoon and then use cotton pads to make a beard, and now it's Father Christmas. For most of the craft, it wasn't clear what adhesive they were using to stick stuff down. The yarn seemed to just magically stick to the spoon, but they do use hot glue to stick on the beard, which maybe I should have done here. I decided to use glue dots because I wanted to make it as quick as possible and didn't want to get my glue gun out for one little thing. This was probably a bad decision, but I'm not sure hot glue would have helped make it much better. The yarn was so frustrating to wrap neatly around the spoon. It kept sliding all over the place and I hated it. My spoon was pretty small, so I had to cut down the cotton pad. I tried PVA glue first to stick the circle, but that was just horrible. I should have realised that the cotton wool would soak up all the glue and then not stick to anything. I threw that away and started again. I stuck the cotton wool to a spoon and it looked very bad. The cotton wool was separating and sticking to my fingers, it all felt terrible. I cut out the nose, stuck on some googly eyes and put the face on the spoon. Even though I used a lot of glue dots, the front and back of the beard weren't properly stuck together and it just looks awful. I should have used hot glue, I guess. The thing is, it still just looks bad. I finished it with a little loop on the top, and that's it. All in all, it was really frustrating and terrible to make. It just looks bad. I don't really understand the idea of it in the first place, honestly. Like, I don't think the spoon handle looks much like a Santa hat. But being generous and saying that a lot of this is my fault for not using hot glue, I'd give it a 2 out of 10. Moving on to the next craft, this one's another Father Christmas and it's a little paper hand puppet. I tried to just follow the video as much as possible instead of using any artistic interpretation, so I just drew out the terrifying, yawning, screaming Father Christmas face in felt tips exactly as they show it, and then folded it like they're showing in the video. But the thing is, they don't really give you any measurements, so the face I drew was kind of off centre. Like, if I was doing this craft usually, I would probably be way more careful with the measurements and how I plan stuff out, but I felt like I should be trying out these crafts from the perspective of an everyday person who might not do tons of crafts. I definitely wouldn't have drawn the face like this if they hadn't told me to. I made it its little hat and beard, folded it, and here we go. It's an abomination. And the thing is, I followed the instructions as closely as I could this time. It's just a really frightening puppet.
Hello, I'm Father Christmas. Ho ho ho.
But it was pretty easy to make and interactive, so like 5 out of 10. Now I moved on to make some Christmas cards. This first one, I feel like it must be a joke. The whole concept is you make the image out of labels from drinks bottles. Like, is it a joke? Is it some weird kind of attempt at pop art? Or is it just totally random and there to just take up time in a video? So, I cut out the Christmas tree shape with a craft knife to start. I had some drinks bottles saved to use for labels. It was easy enough to just glue them to the inside of a card, and then secure them in place with another small piece of card behind them. But why? I really don't understand why. It looks bad and I don't understand it. 0 out of 10. And finally, our last craft is another Christmas card with another Christmas tree, this time made out of pencil shavings. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about this one, it's made of pencil shavings. I put down the pencil shavings on the lines of glue as they suggest, and then decorate it with dots and a gold star. I even follow their suggestion to write Merry Christmas on the front with coloured pencil and to add a message inside the card. There's no getting around it, it looks so ugly. And this time I definitely did use the kind of glue they do, and it was really hard to get the pencil shavings to even stay in place. I feel like even when this dries, putting it in an envelope and posting it through a door will probably bend and crumple them up. So yeah, I think this one is awful, -5 out of 10. Lots of people have said this before, but most of the crafts on these videos are either ridiculous or repackaging actual Pinteresty craft tutorials, as though they came up with the idea. A lot of the crafts are also so weird that they're blatantly just made either to pad the videos out, or for shock value to get people to keep watching the videos. I guess this was fun. I mean, a lot of these were just frustrating, and I feel no sense of pride or satisfaction from doing them, but I definitely was curious about trying out these crafts after seeing them all over the internet for the past few years. Thanks for watching, it means so much. If you have other ideas for videos you'd like me to try, please comment down below, and I'll hand it over to Paper Puppet Santa to sign us off.
Like and subscribe!